Hello, ladies and gentle ladies. Welcome back to Division 2. We're in Canada for round 12. I don't have much to say. The championship's looking as close as it's ever going to be. Let's hope the drivers can live up to everyone's expectations and show SBS what type of league we are, unlike Division 3 and 4. Canada, a tricky circuit, one of the worst models on this game. Curbs are deadly. Track limits are awful. But there's just something to test our drivers even more. The McLaren, no, the AlphaTauri of Wheelo is the first to exit the pit lane. Who will be the first we join? Canada is a very, very tricky circuit. With 13 turns. I totally didn't just count all them there. Canada has 3 DRS zones, but only 2. No, I'm joking. Canada has 2 DRS zones, but only 1 detection point. DRS strategies will be in play. Wheelo is along the fence, pulling up his tires. Shut up, Lucas. I know I got it wrong. Shush. Goes into Wall of Champions. I'm very surprised he didn't invalidate. Wheelo starts his flying lap. There's a Haas car right behind him who didn't leave any space whatsoever. That's Hayes. As Wheelo goes into the hairpin. He doesn't get the power down well. He gets a lot of wheel spin. Goes into the first of the many right left-handers. Takes it very well, very close to the wall. Gets a total sector 1, obviously. Oh no, Lucas, I was right. Oh god. Into the second DRS zone. I don't know any corners of this track, so I'm just gonna have to go along with it. Into the hairpin. Very tricky braking point, very tricky to get the power down as early as possible without having any wheel spin. It looks like Wheelo's done it perfectly. A purple sector 2, he's got a lot of cars in front of him. Let's hope they don't get in his way. Wheelo just needs to deal with the Wall of Champions and then we'll see what his lap time is. Wheelo opens his rear wing. He crosses the line to get a 109.1. Hayes, the Haas just behind him, gets a 109.3. And Fulci gets a 109.039. That is a very good lap from Fulci. Marius Tverdo. Lucar gets a 110.6 but invalidated. Marius Tverdo. Into the Wall of Champions he goes. Cyber Joe gets a 109.8 on mediums. The Alpine of Marius used to be a Williams driver. Marius crosses the line to get a 113.1. Plimbo has run very wide there, let another cross pass. FRL Charlie has invalidated his lap. The Ferrari of King Arthur is ready to cross the line. Goes into the final right left. The Wall of Champions, probably the trickiest turns on this track. King Arthur hit the wall a little bit on the right. Let's hope he didn't get any damage. He crosses the line to get a 109.961. Supermo gets a 108.705. That is the time to beat so far. Jack's game and gets another invalidated lap in. There is an Alfa Romeo in the wall. Meanwhile, the other Alfa Romeo Alfa and Lucar crosses the line to get a 109.910, a very good lap on the medium compound tyre. Meanwhile, the Red Bull of More Games starts his first flying lap on mediums. Plimbo crosses the line to get 129.4. I'm pretty sure that he's starting a new lap. There is a Haas and an Aston Martin going very, very slow. Let's stick with more games for the rest of his lap. He gets a purple sector 1. Opens up the DRS. Goes for the hairpin, gets the power down fairly early. A lot of these drivers are running no traction control. Along the final straight into the wall of champions, goes into 5th gear, takes the right very cautiously, but he hits the wall on the exit. Let's hope he doesn't get any damage, and more games gets a 110.019. What can Jack's Gaming do? He hasn't set a proper lap, and he's not going to set a proper lap. How about Kai Pai, who is, ever since he joined this league, has had pole in both of the races he's attended in? Can he keep the record up? We'll find out very, very shortly. He finishes the second sector, and his sector time is a 41.911, a purple second sector, apparently according to F1 2021. He opens his DRS for the penultimate time on this lap. Passes the speed trap, goes into the wall of champions. He takes it very cautiously, he doesn't hit the wall, his final DRS is open, he's staying very close to the line. He's not going to get close to pole. It's a 110.1. A very disappointing lap from Kai Pai 98. A member of SBS Esports. Kelly Guard Jr. has improved on his time but has invalidated his lap. Limbo has improved his time but is invalidating on his lap. Will he go for another one? No, he won't. He decides to pit. The Mercedes behind him, Cyber Joe, is about to start his lap. We'll come back to Cyber Joe in a minute as Wheelo has hit the wall very aggressively. I'm so very surprised he doesn't have damage from that. I think he does. The track, it looks very cloudy. I don't know if there'll be rain later on in the qualifying session. I'm not sure if there's rain in the race. I haven't been notified by any driver as of just yet. Wheelo doesn't cross the line, goes around the final straight. And he decides to pit stop. He mustn't have been improving as he wanted to be. Luca is disqualified from the session for blocking the pit lane. I don't know what happened there. Very confusing scene. Super Mug opens his DRS, he's not on a lap. And Fulty on his out lap. Cyber Joe, the man I said we would come back to later, he managed to get a 109.010. That put him into P3 and got past Wheelo_XO. I believe Cyber Joe didn't know he's not doing 2 laps. But meanwhile, there's yellow flags. FRL Charlie has just started his first lap on the soft compound tyre. Let's see what he can do. There is only 8 minutes and 55 seconds left of this qualifying session. There's yellow flags in sector 2. Drivers letting other drivers pass. FRL Charlie is improved by 2.5 tenths. If the lap stays the way it's going, it will only take him into P7. Needs to improve more if he wants to challenge the front runners. There's a Ferrari who is stopped on track just ahead of the road. FRL Charlie takes that quite nicely. He gets a very good run off. He finishes the second sector with a 40.751, has improved by 4 tenths. The way this is going, he's going to get P6. Can he sneak in the top 5? A lot of drivers trying to get out of the way. Josh King 0619 has joined. I really hope that he is a driver. FRL Charlie in the Wall of Champions. He didn't get quite the acceleration he wanted on the exit. But he crosses the line. It's a 108.973. It is a very good improvement to his previous lap, and it puts him into P3. Fulsey goes into the hairpin, is not on the lap. Sutamug is in the pits. Tom Pro has hit the wall very, very, very hard, and he is lucky not to be out of this session. Let's hope the game doesn't disqualify him, no. Oliveira, a man who can 100% challenge for pole. How will he do? He goes in... No, he's invalidated. How have I not realised? Jack Skaman, another man who has a lot of pace but hasn't been able to show it this season. Was in Div 1 in Season 1 and challenged a lot of race wins, but he has invalidated here at Canada. King 05 Orpha, a reserve, stepping in for the Ferrari team today. He goes into the penultimate DRS of the lap. Goes into the right left. It's taken quite nicely. The power's down very, very early. What will his second sector time be? It will be a 41.289. It's an improvement, but it will not challenge the front runners. He takes a very wide entrance into the hairpin, hoping to get as much traction as possible on the exit. Kaibai, who's done 4 laps on his soft tyres, finally decides to pit. King 05 Alpha goes through the wall of champions. It's a beautiful corner from him. Takes that at a very high speed. He crosses the line. It's a 109.245. That is only P7 for the Ferrari. More games has invalidated his lap. Fulsey decides to pit. How about at the back of the grid? Peliguard Jr. has improved by 4 tenths, looking to improve on his time. Will he be able to successfully do so? We'll find out very, very shortly. Meanwhile, I'm trying to find out what happened with Orfo and Luca. Peliguard, similar to King 05 Orpha, takes a very deep entrance, hoping to get the rapid exit. He goes round the back straight, not the back straight, the penultimate straight, into the wall of champions, not into the wall of champions. He decides to abort his lap and pits. Plimbo has invalidated. I've been informed that it's a dry race, so no weather drama. King 05 Orpha is not on a lap. How about Cyber Joe? He is half a tenth down on his time. Can he improve? He's being very aggressive, hoping to... that doesn't make sense, I apologise. He's almost a tenth and a half up. He takes, unlike other drivers, he goes very early into the hairpin. The DRS is open, reaching speeds of 200 miles an hour. Goes into the wall of champions. He doesn't spin, he doesn't hit the wall. Jack Skaman has retired from the session. Cyber Joe crosses the line. It's a 108.959. That keeps him into P3. Will it secure his spot? I'm not too sure. Wheelo. There's a wild McLaren in the middle of the track. The stewards need to hurry up and get that cleared. Wheelo into the hairpin. He is a tenth and a half up on his time. This will take him into the top 5 if he can make it stick. There's 4 minutes left of this qualifying session. 4 long minutes. Every driver has a chance to get one more lap in. Wheelo goes through the wall of champions. He takes it very cautiously. The exit isn't the greatest, but he crosses the line. It's a 108.849. That takes him onto the front row. Can't quite challenge for pole, but that is P2 for Wheelo_XO. Tom Pro, the Alfa Romeo. His teammate got disqualified. Can he try to revive some hope for Alfa Romeo before the race? Cyber Joe has retired from the session. Spinning at the wall of champions. Not the first time we saw that today, and it certainly won't be the last in my opinion. Tom Pro is improving by 3 tenths. This will take him up into top 5 if he can make it stick. It's ever so close between P1 to 11. Only 7/10 is the gap between P1 and 11. Anything can happen. Tom GoPro into the Wall of Champions. He takes it in 4th gear. He takes a very wide line. I think he's going for 2 runs. Tom GoPro gets a 108.831. That takes him onto the front row, and Wheelo has been kicked off of it. It looks like Suamug is going to secure his provisional pole. He invalidated on his out lap. What can he do on his hot lap? 2 minutes 30 remains in this qualifying session. Stay tuned. It is going to be a very tense 2 minutes 30. Tom GoPro having a very slow lap. Wheelo is having his in lap. Will he be able to get another lap in? I'm not too sure. Kai Pai has invalidated. Will he be able to get another lap? We'll see very shortly. Hades will be going for another lap. After his invalidation, he's currently sitting in P12. Suamug. We will watch this lap. He is not on a lap. I don't think so. No, he's not. He's not on a lap. Suamug hoping to just save his tyres for the race, possibly. Meanwhile, there is an Aston Martin in front of Tom GoPro. It is Kai Pai. Good sportsmanship shown by the Alfa Romeo and the Aston Martin, not overtaking each other, but that is because the Alfa Romeo dove into the pits. But anyway, Kai Pai, a man who's not been able to set quite the lap time he's capable of, starts his final lap of the session. Maybe can get another one in if he's quick enough. Kai Pai goes into the first major corners in Sector 1. How does he take it? He takes it very, very nicely with a good exit into the first real braking zone of the track. Takes it quite nicely. Doesn't get the exit he wanted, and the DRS has all been trying to save him a little bit. Let's hope he can get another lap in, because I don't think this one will be enough. Kai Pai trying to abuse the track as much as he possibly can. Hades has retired from the session. Kai Pai finishes the second sector with a 41. He is improving by a 10th. This will currently take him just outside of the top 6. Marius Tverdo has retired from the session in the pit lane. Not yet in the pit lane. Kai Pai 98 into the Wall of Champions. But he's invalidated in the Wall of Champions. Sorry for the delayed reaction, but he should go for another one. Oh, and it's this next lap invalidation. That is Kai Pai's qualifying over. Well, let's go to Suamug. Suamug has invalidated, but he will get another lap in. Amfosi is stopped on track. He cannot challenge Suamug. The next man to challenge Suamug is FRL Charlie. He needs to improve by at least 2/10. Is he doing so? Oh, he's down on his time by 0.038, crossing the hairpin. He needs to get a superb exit. He does get a very good exit. His fuel is almost little to none. The DRS is open. What can he do? Suamug is on another lap and he is improving. So FRL Charlie needs to have a wonder of a lap in the Wall of Champions. He hasn't invalidated. He doesn't get the greatest exit. He hits the wall a little bit. Crosses the line. It's a 108.811 and that is P2. It is not enough for P1, but it's enough to get him on the front row. And I believe that is pole for the Williams of Suamug 200. Not if his teammate can get anything to do with it. Suamug giving him a lovely tow. Brilliant teamwork from the Williams. Beautiful to see. Can Oliveira challenge the top 5? He takes Wall of Champions very shady. Oliveira crossing the final line. He gets a 108.966. That is only enough for P7 as the grid is very close together. And I believe that is it. Drivers are either out of the session or pitting. What a qualifying session that was. A very entertaining qualifying indeed. The grid rundown will be very shortly. And there it is. Your pole time was a 108.705 set by the Williams Supermug. Second place was the Brit of FRL Charlie. Third place was the Alfa Romeo of Tom GoPro. Fourth place was Wheelo_XO. Fifth place was the Aston Martin of Amfosi. Sixth place was the Swede of Cyberjoe 2000. Seventh is Oliveira. Eighth is the German Kaipai. Ninth is More Games. 10th is the Ferrari Reserve King Arthur. 11th is Marius Tverdo. 12th is Hades. 3rd is Jax Gaiman. 14th is Plimbo. 15th is Peligore Jr. with a 110.3 on mediums. 16th is Boda Bold, who's had a lead the session. And 17th is Arfwem Lucar, who has been disqualified. Into the race will go. It is going to be a dry race. There will be many strategies. I believe there will be a few safety cars to look out for. It's going to be very, very interesting. Seconds until the formation lap begins. Let's hope for no turmoil carnage as we saw in previous divisions. And let's see what tyre choice drivers are on. It's going to be very interesting to see what top 10 are. Let's just sort out. And there you see it, 13th, 14th, 15th and R4M Lucar is all on the medium compounded tyre. Everyone else has opted for the softs. Supermug gets us underway with the formation lap. Drivers are expected to maintain pace with the leader. We don't want to see any unsportsmanlike behaviour, leaving gaps for cold tyres. And there's your predicted pit stop strategy powered by AWS. A soft, medium, medium, 2-stop or 3-stop with a soft, medium, I believe that said. I'm not 100% sure. No predicted stop, and there is carnage as a Ferrari, as Tom GoPro is spun on the formation lap. Let's hope he did not collide with anyone. As the AI takes over the drivers, which will not be a feature in F1 22. One of the many exciting new features that will affect league racing, along with the likes of manual, well, semi-manual pit stops and manual grid formation. Being able to rotate the car on the grid slot is very, very important. And as the final car off when Lucar goes to the grid, we will get ready for the 5 red lights. And as green flags are shown, the stewards are ready, the commentators ready, the drivers are ready. We're just waiting on one person's internet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go. The Williams gets off to a pretty decent start along with the McLaren. It's a beautiful view behind. There's 2 wide into turn 1 as the Aston Martin and Mercedes make contact. Meanwhile, first and second get away pretty well. Wheelo makes his way into pit 3. There is a big wobble from the Mercedes, and there is front wing flying all over the place. Oliveira did not get the greatest of starts. Kaipai did not get the greatest of starts. And King 05 Alpha, the Ferrari, has retired from the session already. He's had a collision with Hades. And that is already a virtual safety car. And that is the full call safety car. And what a start to the race, a very eventful one. Will any soft runners pit? I do not know. But I'm just going to have a look at some of the drivers and see if they had wing damage, because a lot of cars collided. No wing damage so far. The Aston's fine, the Mercedes fine, the Red Bull's fine, the Williams is not fine, the Alpine's fine, Kaipai is not fine, I don't think Plimbo's fine, Jack's Gaming's fine, Luca is fine, thank God. Peligua is not fine, Boda Bold is fine, and Hades, I believe, is fine. The safety car is out in lap 1 then. Will any drivers decide to pit? None of the soft runners have chosen. Yes, they have. More games has dove straight into the pits, along with Oliveira and along with Kaipai, I believe, and along with Plimbo and along with Jack's Gaming. I believe all three of these have damage. Oliveira will start us off. Does he have damage? Yes, he does. More games just decided to pit on the medians. He does not have any damage. Hades does not have any damage. Plimbo did not have any damage. Peligua Jr. did not have any damage. And Drax Gaming did not have any damage. More Games has moved up into 10th with a pit stop. He does have the advantage over, but the bad thing is that in front of him is the Ghost of Boda Bold. There is another predicted pit stop strategy by AWS. Soft, medium, medium, or hard, medium, medium. Very weird strategies by AWS here in Montreal, Canada. I believe that is where we are. If it's not, that is very embarrassing. Alpha Lucar is the highest medium runner. That is a great advantage for him. Safety car will be in next lap. Make any mistakes. Suamog will lead us off again with FRL Charlie in P2. Let's have a look at the positions changed. Wheelo has made one position, Tango Pro has lost a position, Marius Verdo has done fantastic and gained 4 positions, _Luca has done absolutely amazing and gained 9 positions, Boda Bold the Ghost has done pretty decent as well. His points will not be counted towards the end of the race as he has not been able to attend this race. The likes of Kaipai, King Alpha and Oliveira have had very disappointing starts, losing a lot of positions and DNFing. This will be the final lap of the safety car. Drivers need to not wear the tyres too much. 10th place downwards have all made one pit stop. And penalties wise, no one has penalties. Does anyone have warnings? Let's have a little look. Supermug doesn't have any. FRL Charlie doesn't have any. Wheelo has 1 warning. Tongo Pro has 1 warning. Fulci has 1 warning. Cyber Joe has 2 warnings. That is very surprising. Alpha Luca has 1 warning. More Games has 1 warning. Oliveira has 1 warning. Hades has 1 warning. Kaipai has 1 warning. Plimbo has no warnings. Jax Gaming has 2 warnings. Peligua Jr. has 1 warning. And King Alpha did have 1 warning, but he is sadly no longer with us. That is pretty much it for the side detail. The safety car should be in this lap. I'll be very disappointed if it's not. Canada has not been a track we've saw in real life for a long time. I believe it is on this year's calendar. The safety car is in this lap. As I was saying, Canada got cancelled in 2020 because of the COVID-19 virus, along with 2021 season. It'll be Suamog who leads us to the restart as the drivers at the back of the grid cross the hairpin. Let's hope for a clean restart. Let's hope for a good restart. Let's hope for an entertaining restart. Suamog getting those tyres to the optimal temperature along with everyone behind him. Cyber Joe's left a little bit of gap between and Fulci. But anyway, Suamog is away and it is a very good restart. Indeed, green flags are out. No drivers have quite jumped anyone just yet. And there is a Haas in the wall. That is Hades. And everyone behind him has gained a position. But other than that, it is a very clean, tidy restart. More Games gets past the Ghost of Boda Bold. More Games now has very clean air. Oliveira, can he follow More Games through? Yes, he can, but it is not helping his vision whatsoever. And Oliveira is up into P10. Jack's Gaming gets a 3-second time penalty. Meanwhile, back into the front, Suamog has already gained a 1-second advantage on FRL Charlie. Wheelo is right behind Charlie, not using any little to none of his ARS. Meanwhile, towards the back of the grid, Oliveira has 2 tenths within More Games. This has been a very clean restart, just as I asked for. Off when Luca is up in the P7, a great move on Marius Tverdo, and More Games is looking to follow him through. He almost collides with Luca. A beautiful view. Oliveira looking for the double overtake, and he gets it. A beautiful move by the Williams driver, looking to recreate a double podium for his teammate. Luca has a 1.3 second gap to close down into P6. I'm sure he can do it, but meanwhile, ooh, that thought someone crashed. Suamo gets the fastest lap with a 1:11.591. Marius Tverdo pits. I believe he has damage. He will go onto the medium compounded tyre. Kai goes for a little lunge there on the inside of More Games. Not an ideal scenario to go for. Can he get the exit? No, he can't. Hayes has also pit a man who got wing damage on the start of the lap. That would have been a painful in-lap for him. Wheelo is getting ever so close to FRL Charlie. FRL Charlie using a lot more ERS than Wheelo. By a lot, I don't mean much more, but every little bit counts. Fulci and Cyber Joe are managing to stick within the front runners, but Arthur and Luca just needs to hope and pray for some mistakes so he can get in that DRS range. There's yellow flags, and Fulci is out of the session, and he almost hits Arthur_Luca. And that is another safety car. Fulci is out of the session. And if I am not mistaken, if everyone on the soft pit, Arthur and Luca will be leading the Grand Prix. And Supermug has dove into the pits. How about FRL Charlie? He's dove into the pits along with everyone else. Will Luca stay out? Yes, he will. Arthur and Luca is leading the Grand Prix. And I don't have much to say. I said a lot of my backup plan in the first safety car. I knew there was going to be safety cars. I wasn't expecting there to be this much. Luca weaving. I think he knows he's on camera. Josh King 0619 has left the session. I don't believe he managed to get a start, to be fair. But Luca will lead the second safety car restart. Behind him is the Williams of Oliveira. Third is More Games. Fourth is Kai Pai. Fifth is Plimbo. Sixth is Jack's Game. And seventh is Peliguar Jr. Eighth is Sutamug. 9th is FRL Charlie, 10th is Velo, 11th is Tongo Pro, 12th is Cyber Joe, 13th is Marius Tverdo, 14th is the Ghost of Bora Bold, and 15th is Hayes, who will be very happy that there is a safety car. Positions gained and lost, you all ask. Arthur and Luca with a whopping 16 positions gained, Oliveira 5, More Games 6 positions gained, Kai-Fi 4 positions, Plimbull 9 positions gained, Jack's Game 7 positions gained, Peliguar Jr. 8 positions. Suit and Mugan FRL Charlie have lost 7 positions, but that's because they have pitted, along with Wheelo and Tom GoPro, who have lost 6 and 8. Cyber Joe and Marius have lost 6 and 2. Bora Bull, the Ghost has gained 2. Hayes has gained 3. And Fulci and King or 5. Arthur, who are sadly no longer with us, have lost 11 and 7. Very happy to see Arthur and Luca in the front, along with Oliveira doing the Williams team proud. Sutamug was leading the Grand Prix until the safety car came out, and pit stops. Hayes is the only man who has made 2. There is the tyre age penalties. Jack's Game is the only one with 3. Let's have a little look at Race Director and see if it's changed since the last time. Arthur and Luca does have a second warning. That is not the best for him. Oliveira has 1, More Games has a second warning, Kai-Fi has a second warning, Plimbo only has 1 warning, Jack's Gaming, as we saw earlier, has his 3-second time penalty. Peliguar has 1 warning, Supermug very fantastically has no warnings. This will be the winner of the race, whoever doesn't get any 3-second time penalties. FRL Charlie with 1, Wheelo with 1, Tongo Pro with 1, Cyber Joe with 2, Marius Tverdo with none. That will also be very crucial towards the end. Bora Bull DI has none, Hayes has 1, and Fulci did have 1, and Arthur also had 1. My TV saying it wants to turn off. You're not allowed to turn off. No. There we go, we're sorted. And as the safety car's in this lap, Arthur and Luca will get us underway. Will it be a fast restart or will it be a slow restart? We will find out very shortly. It's a lovely sight to see all the cars warming up the tyres. That's a thumbnail for you, that's a TikTok for you, SBS underscore Bobby7997. Is it bad? I know his username off by heart, I don't know. Lucar will get us underway into the Wall of Champions. It is not the best restart at all, and he chooses to go slow, and now he's away, and that is a decent restart. Not the best, but it's decent. And towards the back, it's the Ferrari and McLaren going side by side, along with the AlphaTauri and Williams. There's yellow flags. It's the Alpine who's went very wide. The Ferrari manages to stay ahead. The McLaren has a little bit of a snap, and he squeezed him. Jax came in, squeezed Plimbo, and that is Jax came in out of the session. I believe it's Plimbo with damage. Suamug manages to get past in the P5. FRL Charlie cannot follow him. Plimbo will not back down without a fight, but that's Jax Gaming out of the session. Off-Wham Lucar is still in the lead of the race with a full 10th lead. Wheelo does manage to get past Plimbo. Let's have a little look. Does Plimbo have any damage? I didn't get to see perfectly. It doesn't look like it. But Kai Pai has managed to get past more games with a semi-aggressive move. Off-Wham Lucar is pushing all of these guts to get out of this 1 second range. How does he take Wall of Champions? He takes it very nicely, and there is a car diving straight into the pits. That's Kai Pai. Wheelo gets a 3-second time penalty. Plimbo gets a 3-second time penalty. And FRL Charlie gets a 3-second time penalty, all at the same time. That is crazy scenes, as FRL Charlie is letting everyone pass. Does he have wing damage? Yes, he does. FRL Charlie has wing damage. He must have hit it on the Wall of Champions, and that is not the greatest for him. Hades is looking to get past the Alpine and Marius Taverdo. We'll come back to that battle very shortly. It's very close with all of the grid. Oliveira and Off-Wham Lucar are battling at the front. Suamug has just got past more games, and I'm sure Suamug is going to be challenging for the win of this race. Suamug 200 goes into the hairpin along with Oliveira and Lucar. I don't know why I said that like it was a qualifying lap. Lucar manages to stay ahead. The dirty air of the hairpin just manages to let him get a good exit, and it's working for him. Oliveira's not using any of his ARS. Lucar has used a sustainable amount more than Oliveira. Oliveira is choosing to let his teammate pass. Timura's here at Williams. Oliveira has lost a lot of time doing so, but now Suamug can challenge Off-Wham Lucar. I don't know what Suamug's doing. I don't understand why he warmed those tires, but there is DRS enabled. And that would surely let Suamug pass Lucar at the next DRS range, maybe even before. Suamug did get the purple third sector. Meanwhile, Cyber Joe's getting ever so close to Plimbo, who has lacked pace ever since the safety car restart. But meanwhile, Suamug will be looking to get past Off-Wham Lucar on this straight. Lucar does not get a good exit whatsoever. Will Suamug choose to... Lucar's using his ARS. I wouldn't do that if I was him. And Lucar has a spin. Suamug has the DRS for the main straight. Lucar needs to stay ahead if he wants any hope in sustaining his first place. Lucar just gets the better exit. DRS is surely going to help Suamug get past Suamug is in the lead of the Grand Prix. Kai Pai gets a 3-second time penalty. Wheelo is up into P4. It's going to be side by side into the Wall of Champions. Very unorthodox. And Tom GoPro is now looking to capitalise on more games. Hades gets a 3-second time penalty. And all Off-Wham Lucar needs to do now is just stay within 1 second of Suamug. But if Oliveira has anything to do with it, he's not going to have to worry about that. Oliveira makes a very clean move into the third turn. And now it's a Williams 1-2, something we haven't saw since season 1 of SBS. The memories are returning. Peligor Jr. gets the fastest lap with a 1 minute 10.9. Lucar is managing to safely stay within Oliveira 1 second zone, but Wheelo is looking to challenge Off-Wham Lucar into getting that final podium position, and Wheelo's been tagged. Wheelo has been tagged by Tom GoPro, and Wheelo looking to get that podium has just been ruined out of his reach. And I'm not quite sure what happened, but now it is a Williams 1-2 and an Alfa Romeo 3-4. Oliveira and Suamug lead this race. Luca is in P3. Moore is in P4. Tom Gropo has dove into the pits. There is yellow flags. There's FRL Charlie in P13. Friday the 13th, P13 is not the lucky day for number 13 whatsoever. Now you can see the Alpine of Marius Taverdo changing his front wing. It's a very glitchy front wing change in F1 2022. Something called Masters really need to fix. Off-web Luca, yeah, again, stays within the 1 second, but is using a lot of his ARS. Meanwhile, Wheelo is struggling to get back into the 1 second range. Cyber Joe and Plimbo. FRL Charlie gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and that is FRL Charlie out of the Grand Prix. Does not have any patience whatsoever, and McLaren get no points in the Canadian Grand Prix here at Montreal. No resilience shown by the McLaren man as he's being let out by his pit lane. Let's hope his car eventually stops. Anyway, what a sight that is. The Williams in first, the Williams in second. It's a lovely sight to see. The McLaren is being let out of the pits. Let's hope he doesn't interfere with anyone. Luca is on the verge of not getting within this DRS range, but Mo Games is 2 seconds out, and Wheelo with a very nice move. Wheelo moves his way into P4, and as you can see, the McLaren has been removed from the Grand Prix. As it stands penalties wise, FRL Charlie has just left the session. As it stands penalty wise, Wheelo has 3 seconds, Flimbold Haters has 3 seconds, and Kai Pai has 3 seconds. There's the tyre age for everyone. Oliveira, Sutamug and Luca is the one to watch. They are stretching their tyres. Pelligor Jr. on the softs with the alternate strategy. And there's pit stops. Alfa and Luca is the only driver. Kai Pai gets a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. I'm sure that will be his first retirement of SBS. No, he's just changing his front wing again. That 5 seconds was not what he needed. And Alfa and Luca, after the safety car restart, it was quite a decent safety car restart. He went slow for the Wall of Champions, which is very unusual, and then he went quickly on the safety car restart. It's very smart and very, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It's very smart, and it caught out Oliveira, who was in P2 at the time. They gave Luca a bit of leeway, just to gain a little bit of time. Lucas managed to stick with him P3, but he's got a dashing AlphaTauri behind him called Wheelo. A man who has been dominating Division 2 ever since he set foot in this division. Mo Games moves up into P10 after pitting. Oliveira and Sutamug now are just both saved ARS. Klimgo gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Wheelo is now right at the back of Alfa and Luca, and I'm pretty sure Wheelo will get past on this straight. He's using the RS. Luca doesn't choose to. Down to the Wall of Champions we go. Will Wheelo get past before the braking zone? Yes, he will. And they both take the racing line. A very good and clean move. Didn't lose any drive at any time. Wheelo just caught the wall a little bit. Kai Pai, who has made 4 pit stops, has been lapped. Not the best race whatsoever, but Kai Pai is going to unlap himself from Luca. Luca's tyre wear is kicking in. Will Luca do a 1-stop? That is what I'm wondering. If he does, it'll be a very bold, but if it works, it'll be a very, very good move. Can Luca stay within the 1 second? Oh, no, never mind. He's got Kai Pai, the back marker, to give him DRS for him. The Williams front 2 are running away with this Grand Prix. Into the hairpin we'll go for the 15th time of this race, and we're still going to be seeing it another 20. Alfa and Luca down the main straight. Oliveira is I think Oliveira is the one to watch. Although He has all the tyres on his teammate. He has the RS, he has the strategy. I think Oliveira is the one that can potentially win this race if penalties go his way. Kai gets a 110.187, which is the fastest lap from Aston Martin Formula 1 team, sponsored by TikTok, I'll have you know. If you look on the right of the car, you can see a little TikTok sign. That's something I found out not too long ago, and I've noticed ever since. And there is Kai gets a 3-second time penalty. And Kai is overtaking Oliveira. He's determined to unlap himself, Kai is. And he may just cause a little bit of bother to the Williams duo. And there's Kai into the lead of the race. I'm just joking, he's a backmarker. But yeah, anyway, Kai will, no he won't, because I forgot. Marius Tavero gets a 3-second time penalty. Meanwhile, Cyber Joe is getting overtaken by Luca, I believe. No, Luca is not going to the pits. Luca is just not wasting any time. Hayes on Plimbo by, and Luca is really struggling on this tyre. Hayes is looking to get past off Luca into the first turn. Luca lets him pass without losing much time. I believe Luca is trying to save his tyres as much as possible, potentially waiting for a safety car. We do not know. We'll find out very, very shortly. More games gets a 3-second time penalty. Meanwhile, Luca is looking to battle Plimbo. He doesn't want to give up another position. He's going to have to, sadly, but at least he gets DRS. He's decided not to use DRS unlike Plimbo, who only has 19%. But meanwhile, Hayes is looking to make a move in the World Champions. This is not orthodox. Luckily, Cyber Joe decides to pit. That could have ended very badly. More games is up into P9. Luca is up into P6. And Oliveira and Suamog are still 1-2 in this race. Wheelo is not looking like he's making much of progress on the Williams. Luca is really struggling on his 18 lap old tyres. Plimbo is on 16 and is managing to stay ahead of him though, so I'm not too sure if Luca is just conserving tyres so he can do a one stop, or he just does not have the pace. Garrett Montreal, but Luca is managing to stay in DRS, and that's all that matters. Wheelo manages to move into P2 after Oliveira has decided to pit stop along with Plimbo, and there is Luca up into P4, up into P4, and Oliveira there with the quick change. He's onto the medium compounded tyre. He started on softs, remember, and then he moved on to the mediums under the first safety car, so this will be the tyre he uses for the rest of the race if there is no late safety cars. Perigord Jr. gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. These warnings will be a big play towards the end of the race, without a doubt in my mind. That's why it's ever so important to not get any. Oliveira now needs one of the best outlaps in his career if he wants to get if he wants to stay ahead of never mind. I'm bluffing. Hayes is up into P3. He has a 4-second gap to the car in front and a 2.5-second gap to the car behind. Wheelo has a 4-second gap to Suamog, who is just running away with this Grand Prix. Yeah, we see more games. Might go for a move on Marius Treverdo. He decides to back off a little bit along the straight. He's going for a move now though. The Red Bull and the Alpine. The Red Bull wins round 1, and there is Kai-Fi with another 3-second time penalty. Let's have a look how much he has. And there's fastest lap. And and there's Lucart's 3-second time penalty. That's not what the Alfa Romeo wanted. Wheelo Hades has 3 and 6-second time penalties. Lucart has just got his 3-second time penalty. Plimbo has 6 seconds. More games than Marius has 3 seconds. Pelligor Jr. has 3 seconds. Kai-Fi has 14 seconds. We will have a look at warnings when the next safety car comes. I hope there's another one because I really want to have a look at warnings, but I don't want to miss any of the action. The Alpine and the Red Bull looking to go for another round. I'll be 1 second. Ooh, my game's downloaded soon. I will be playing on that afterwards. But let's get back on to Div 2. It's been a very, very entertaining race. We've saw a beautiful qualifying session. We've saw a lot of drama. And we have saw clean racing. Just what you want. A lot of these drivers are looking to prove themselves and show that they deserve a seat for Season 3. Major changes are coming in Season 3. There's yellow flags. It's Kai-Fi. He has spun it. I don't know if he has damage, but he's been lapped again after all that progress. Marius Treverdo is trying to get past more games. He just can't get the traction down. He just lost at least 4 tenths alone on that straight. Kai-Fi is pitted. He's serving 5 seconds worth of penalties. He put onto the mediums. This man's race is just going from bad to worse. But Marius, after what I just said about losing 4 tenths, is now only 4 tenths behind more games on that score YT. Oliveira gets 3 seconds. That will surely dent his racing, but it will be good for people like Alfa and Lucart, who's on 21 lap old tyres. Oliveira looked to go for a move, but it does not work. Oliveira, can he get the better exit? He's going to get DRS for the straight. He uses a bit of his DRS, he goes for the dive bomb, he goes very deep indeed. Lucart tries to get the switchback, he doesn't get it. There's a Haas going slow. The Haas is Hades, I don't know what happened, he may have lost traction, I'm not too sure. Hades on 17 lap old tyres. I'm not too sure if they will make it to the end of the race, it's surely doable. But now Alfa and Lucart, after already being overtaken, is now already a second out of the DRS. His strategy is a crazy one, but it can work. And if it works, it is a big, big reward. High risk, high reward is the definition of his strategy. Let's hope he doesn't risk a puncture though. We've saw too many of those this season in every division of this league. P10 to 7 are very close. Everyone looking to get the most points they possibly can. Plimbo gets another 3-second time penalty. The only drivers who haven't got 3-second time penalties are Cyber Joe, Tom GoPro and Sutamug, which I believe they will be on the podium at the end of this race if they can keep it how it is. Bora Bolger again, as I said in qualifying, he will not get the points if he gets any this race because of the fact that he did not finish. He has not raced a racing lap and he has not qualified a qualifying lap. He had to leave early in the session. And his AI is doing wonders for him, but it will not matter if he cannot rejoin. Supermug 200 is leading this race. He's on 18 lap old tyres. Wheelo's behind him, also on 18 lap old tyres, but Wheelo is looking like he cannot close up. So it's a Williams dream right now. It's something we've needed to see for a long time. Supermug, there is his 3-second time penalty, and there is all his advantage gone in a click of a finger. And now Tom GoPro is the major man to look out for. He's in the top 7, he's in the top 5 now as Lucar lets him past. Good teamwork by the Alfa Romeos. Tom GoPro is the one to watch. He needs to get as high up in the order as possible, and he will hope that there is a safety car, especially if he can keep as much limitations to the penalties as possible. There is no major battles. There is a DRS train from P7 to 10. Marius has hit the wall, and there is wing damage for him. Marius Taverdo will have to pit. It has been quite a decent race for him, but it will not matter. He has to pit. Cyber Joe, a very unorthodox move, and that results in more games getting a 3-second time penalty. I'm sure that will be reported. Marius Taverdo has retired from the session. The pit lane obviously thinks his race is done and dusted. The track, the sun is alive. The track is ever so grippy. As you can see, there is even like, I don't know if you can understand what I'm trying to say here, but there's like even more like, oh, I'm just gonna shut up. I'm just gonna shut up. I'm just not gonna speak. If I don't speak, then I won't embarrass myself. Anyway, I don't know why I'm watching Bora Ball, and Kai Pai is spun for the 17th time. Do not retire on track, my friend, or you will get penalised. Do not retire on track. I know you want to, but don't. Kai Pai is now almost going to get lapped twice in this race. It's crazy. He does have wing damage. Meanwhile, Peligore gets past Bora Ball. More games has lost a lot of time. The P8 and 7. Plimbo might look for a move. No, he doesn't. Plimbo decides to pit. I'm very surprised. If he has damage, I will not be. Cyber Joe moves up into P6. Plimbo retired from the session. He must have had damage. All from Luca has finally pit onto the soft compound tyre. He has 10 laps to non-stop push. He is technically last, but that will not stop him. The gap between Moore is 11.10 seconds. 10 seconds is the gap. We'll come back to him at the end of the lap. I'm being told to shut up by Jim 11. I will not shut up. I'm a commentator. My job is to talk, so you can be the one that shuts up. Peliguar's in P9, Borda's in P10. 7 drivers have retired from this Grand Prix. So as long as drivers finish, they will get points unless your name is Borda Bold. Unless he does manage to come back in the space of 5 laps time. If he rejoins 1 or 2 laps left, he will not get any points. And there is Suamuk, who also decides to pit on the soft compounded tyre. That is a big, big risk. But will he get past Haters? If he can, it's going to be very interesting. He can, and that is surely the win for Supermug. Done and dusted. He is on soft compounded tyre. His teammate Oliveira is up the road, but is on mediums. But meanwhile, I said that Lucar's gap was 11, it is now 9. Lucar needs to push if he wants to get a decent amount of points. Cyber Joan P9 is another man to watch. He does not have any penalties. Meanwhile, where there's not any major action, I don't believe there'll be no safety car. So let's have a little look at the warnings. Oliveira has a 3-second time penalty and nothing more, along with Supermug. Tom GoPro has 2 warnings. He needs to be very, very careful. Hades has, how much is that? 3, 6, 9 with 2 warnings. He needs to be very careful. Wheelo has a penalty and 3 warnings, though. Muppet. Oh, well, I'm guessing that's 6 seconds. Cyber Joe has 2 warnings. He needs to also be careful. More games has 6 seconds, I believe. Oh, I'm struggling Off-web Luca has 3 seconds and 2 warnings, also needs to be very careful. And Peligor Jr. has 3 seconds and 2 warnings. You know what I could have just done? I could have just done that, and that would have made my life a lot easier. Wheelo is looking to get past Hades. Wheelo hasn't been able to show much pace in the Canadian Grand Prix, but he's managed to get past the Haas driver. AlphaTauri, number 39. I'd like to know the origin behind that number. Drivers always have very interesting stories behind their race number. Wheelo is now 1.068 behind the car in front, who is Congo Pro, and Sutamug will surely get the fastest lap. He doesn't, but he improves by 7/10. Will he get it this lap? I'm not too sure. Kai-Pai did finally retire, by the way, after making several pit stops. Let's have a look how many pit stops exactly. Kai-Pai made 5 pit stops. Position changes in this race. Luca has gained 9 positions. Peligor and Bora have made 6. Bora will not get any points. More Games has made 2. And there is Oliveira gifting the race win to Sutamug. There is 6.5 laps of this Grand Prix left. It is all to play for. Tongo Pro is looking to get past. Luca isn't making much progress. Hayes gets a 3-second time penalty. That is a beautiful camera angle indeed. DRS is open for Tom GoPro, looking to get back within range to Wheelo. Tom GoPro, if he can stay within Wheelo, then that will be very good, as Wheelo does have 3 seconds worth of time penalties. Oliveira has managed to stay within the 1 second range to his teammate. Luca has made good progress since the last time we joined him. He would be in the top 6 territory if he did not get that 3-second time penalty. I don't think Luca has the right strategy. Hayes is right behind him, who is catching up. And the closest battle we have is Hayes __ versus R4M _ Luca 35. Both very incredible fast drivers. Luca has the advantage. Hayes has the DRS. Hayes should make the move just before Wall of Champions. There is beef going on in the Division 2 chat about a report. I'm sorry if I haven't been speaking too much. It's a very quiet race. Luco gets the 6-second time penalty. That is not what he wants. And the last lap of the Grand Prix, I'm sorry I haven't been here whatsoever. I do apologise. Hayes has managed to get in a P6 off when Luca is looking to get ahead of More Games just before the end. It is a battle of the straight. More Games is guaranteed 6th along with off when Luca, but who will get 6th? That's the main question. Subamoga across the final wall of champions. We've saw this horrible turn 35 times. He weaves like crazy, his teammates behind him, and that is a Williams 1-2. Subamug 200 take about, Oliveira take about, Wheelo finishes the podium with a strong P3, which I don't think Tom GoPro will intercept. Tom GoPro gets P4, Cyber Joe with a very respectable P5 for the Mercedes team. Hayes is in P6, but off when Luca, who's going to get to the line first? Will it be Luca? Will it be More Games? Off when Luca across the line gets P6. What a way to end the race. My voice just didn't work towards the end there. But well played to both drivers. Well played. That could have been chaos. Could have been chaos. Then let's get some interviews in. Oliveira, Supermug, Wheelo. And there is your podium. And there is your final result. Subamug is first. His teammate, the Williams, is second. That is the first 1-2 of SBS Division 2. Wheelo P3, who sadly can't be taken for interviews. Tom GoPro P4, Cyberjoe P5, Offwem, Luca P6. And holy moly, look at that gap between P6 and 7. That is just beautiful to see. Offwem, Luca on P6, More Games in P7, Hayes in P8, Pelligore Jr. on P9, and Border Ball P10, who will not be getting sadly any interviews. We will not be getting interviews, and Border Ball will not be getting any points. that is it. If anyone needs it, here is your race director. It is going to be a hectic one. Oh, but I'm going to try my best. I'm going to have to fly through these. It's not going to be efficient, but it's better than nothing. I'm sure there'll be a lot of reports. Sadly. We saw our first 1-2 of the season in Division 2 at least. We sadly won't be getting interviews, but not to worry. Sadly, we are now on a week break. It is just a weird week break, which we decided to do so that F1 2022 comes around quicker. Russia will not be the next race, it will be Netherlands as of what has been happening in real life, so get tuned in. Friday the 27th of May, don't miss it, get your calendar free. I'll see you there, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if my co-commentator will see you there, he's been quite inactive lately, but who knows. I hope everyone enjoyed the race, I hope you had as much fun as I did, and I will see